Hello and welcome everyone to the very first episode of Survival of the Student. Throughout our time together, we will discuss what it's like to be a college student in today's modern society. We will be exploring the struggles and day-to-day life of fellow students and how they get by. Today, I'm accompanied by my partner, Alex.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. So, let's get into today's episode, starting off with some interviews done with our fellow JCC students.
Would you like to state your name?
My name is Bethany Malloy. I am a fine art major.
Bethany, I was wondering, according to the Journal of Absolute Health, 70% of college students don't get enough sleep. What's the most sleep-deprived day you've ever had in college, and what happened because of it?
The most sleep-deprived day I've ever had was actually about a month ago, and it was generally because I was stressing out over the fact I had gotten into this good college program and I had to leave everybody behind and start packing. I was just could not sleep the entire night.
Oh, what was the program?
Oh, the program was a Disney college program out in Florida.
Oh, did you go to Florida and whatnot?
I leave here at the end of December.
Oh, what are you going to be doing with the?
No idea. They will assign me my role by the time I get there, which my official arrival date is the 20th of January. But by the time December hits, I've got to leave my job and pack everything else up.
Man, that does sound stressful and a good reason to be sleep deprived. Well, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to state your name?
California Renee Cobb. My major is independent studies.
According to Boston University, they found over 80% of students feel burnout. What's a moment you realized you were burning out, and what did that day look like for you?
I was at home and I was kind of just staring at my homework, not really knowing what to do, and kind of just shut down and didn't do any of my homework. And pretty normal day. Went to class, had lunch, hung out with my friends, did some schoolwork during school day, but not all of it. And so when I got home and I opened up to do more, I just kind of stopped functioning.
Could you describe how you stopped functioning?
I kind of just stared at the screen for a hot second, and then my brain decided that I didn't want to be in the moment. I didn't want to be in the real world anymore. So I just stared off into space, daydreaming, that kind of thing.
Do you tend to go and do other activities like playing games, going and watching a show, doom scrolling?
Yeah, I doom scroll a lot.
Yeah, what social media do you use a lot?
Mostly YouTube, a little bit of Facebook, and I like to read. So, I'm on Wattpad and Archive of Our Own.
Do you tend to just how early on do you get burnt out through the semester?
Pretty early on. I get stressed very easily and I don't handle stress very well. So probably about the second or third month into a semester, then I'm like, okay, I need to stop.
Alright, is there any way you think there's something the school could do to help students not get burnt out so easily?
I mean, probably advertising their tutoring sessions more and walking through us how to do those kinds of things during orientation. But so far they seem to be doing a pretty okay at the end of the meditation room, and that helps.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah, no problem.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
My name is Dylan Gazdak. My current major is mechatronic engineering, and I'm planning to change it to mechanical engineering.
Alrighty, according to the National Center of Education Statistics, or NCS, about 43% of full-time college students also work jobs while in school. How do you balance school and work, and can you tell me a story about a time when balancing both almost broke you or made you stronger?
Okay, so it didn't almost break me. It actually broke me last week on Wednesday. I had a breakdown from stress of being here and at work every week. It's not horrible, but I wouldn't recommend doing more than 2 or 3 classes a semester if you're working every weekend as well.
What is your job?
I work part-time in the bakery at Farm Fresh Food, so I'm there every Friday, Saturday, Sunday working at the counter.
And do you bake? Do you just
I just hand people their orders and donuts and stuff like that.
Alrighty, and could you describe a little bit more on how working weekends isn't the best
Like, how do you balance?
Okay, so working every weekend, I work 6-hour shifts, which makes it hard to do homework while I'm at work because I can't bring my laptop with me to work because a lot of flour in the air. The last time I did, it took me a week to clean out my laptop.
Alrighty. Are you able to, like, work on your homework when you get off job, or are you just, like, immediately getting on some games or reading a book or something?
Immediately doing stuff my parents have me do when I get home.
Chores.
Yeah,
Alrighty. So, like, how do you get your schoolwork done when
between classes or during class, mostly during.
wow. And would you recommend people working while being in college, or
I would recommend it only if you're doing like 2 or 3 classes at most per semester. Anything more than that, you're overworking yourself.
would you say this, like, made you stronger in a way with, like, time management?
A little, yeah.
Yeah. Alright, well, thank you.
Yep.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
My name is Ariana Cog, and my major is independent studies.
Alrighty. So according to the ACHA, half of students say academics are their biggest source of stress. Can you tell me about a time school pushed you to your limits? Maybe an exam, a project, or a class? And how did you, like, get through it?
So I'll say last semester, I had an exam. I had not really an exam, it was more of a final assignment for biology. And I was extremely stressed out about it because I didn't know this was make or break, really. If I failed the test, then I'd fail the class. And I was extremely nervous. And what I did to calm myself, not only to spend time in quiet places like the meditation room, but to also have my friends help me with studying or just give me support when I needed it. And it would also help that I had a friend in the same exact class so we could study together.
Was there any other classes that, like, made you, like, super stressed? Did you ever, like, need to drop a class because of, like, how, like, stressful it was?
No, I have not needed to drop class because of how stressful it's been. I've been able to do all my classes, and that's really the only example for a major stressful time that I've had so far. Other times I'm just stressful because of assignments in other classes.
Like, is there too many assignments coming from, like, your classes? Like, how is it stressful?
Because sometimes I fall behind, and then the assignments really quickly pile up on top of each other, so I struggle to try and keep up.
Is there, like, any particular reason on how you fall behind?
Mainly not realizing that certain assignments are posted or that they're due, and so by the time I check, they're past due or close to being due.
Would there be, like, anything you wish, like, the school or your teachers would do to, like, help students not fall behind?
Maybe give more warning in person if it's an in-person class, because most of my classes are in person. Give more warning that there's going to be an assignment out. Like, tell us, like, let us know.
Alrighty. Well, thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Tammy Smith, and I'm a counselor here in the Success Center at JCC.
All right. So the Healthy Mind studies say 44% of students feel lonely or disconnected. Was there, like, a point, like, students were, like, coming to you, like, addressing this? And, like, what would you, like, recommend for, like, students to do to, like, no longer feel this way?
Sure. Yes, we do see students who sometimes it's because they know, they're living in the rest halls and are not around family, friends that they had. So it's a real adjustment for them to make friends and to feel more connected. One of the things I recommend, we do have a peer-to-peer program, and that's for brand new students coming in. They're connected with a peer that has been here around a year and helps them to connect with maybe clubs on campus or may remind them of important events, but they can, again, just help to acclimate that student so they feel more comfortable attending things and learning more about the campus. And I also recommend, again, that students participate in activities on campus if they're feeling lonely or not feeling connected. And I talk about how important it is to feel connected on campus because we know we retain students when they even have one connection to someone on campus. So we may talk about, is there a person you feel like you'd want to connect to? And then we talk about how would we approach that and how might we make that more of a reality.
I haven't heard anything about that. Like, how could, like, students access that or, like, be able to participate in that?
Sure. Yeah, it's great for both the peers who feel they need that connection, those new students, as well as for the peer mentors, because it gives them some real life experience of working with someone, and looks great on a resume and things like that. So students should be learning about it in student orientation. It is also on our website, and I know that emails are sent out, but I know students' email boxes fill up pretty quickly, and it's hard to kind of separate what do I really need to read and what is something I just can toss. I think if students are feeling any kind of some type of issue is causing them to feel not connected, or just not, something's not quite right when they're here as a student, the Success Center is a great place to come, because the peer-to-peer is actually in our center, so it's ran by one of the other counselors here. But yeah, that connection to the Success Center, I think, is one of the best things that you can offer a student who just isn't quite feeling connected, isn't quite feeling like I'm part of the campus. And we can kind of certainly give them some strategies and ways to help them cope with that.
Interesting. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
A lot of, all the interviewees had very great things to say. Very informational, very, kind of speaking the truth on being a student, really.
Mhm.
And with dealing with sleep deprivation and burnout and loneliness.
Along with trying to balancing school with a job. I have 2 jobs, working at McDonald's and NDA, which is nighttime desk assistant for people who don't know and listening to this. I'm tired, I'm stressed. I have a lot going on because I have 2
Right.
jobs and I'm a full-time student.
Right. And I'm a former student at JCC, and so it gets really it used to I've tried to go to JCC twice, I will say that. And each time I just got burnt out so easily because I didn't know that the Success Center was a thing. I didn't know that we had so many different resources, so many different, chances to actually avoid burnout and try to avoid loneliness,
Yeah, I didn't know about the one program where
The peer-to-peer
the peer-to-peer
mentor program.
yeah, I didn't know about that when I was interviewing Tammy. I was just like, wow, I wish I knew about that, because I was lonely for a good first 3 months into my first semester here at JCC. I was like, man, I would love to be able to go and actually talk to people, understand more about college.
Mm.
So yeah, now I met you, of course, and I did do clubs with the Tales of Wonder show. That was wonderful and amazing. But yeah, no, I understand where you're coming from with that.
Right.
So I also feel like the thing is some students just don't feel comfortable enough going to these programs because they are
They're scared.
They're
They don't know
scared.
what it's going to be like.
It-
And sometimes they aren't exactly comfortable getting out of their comfort zone either. And then that's the thing, is a lot of students don't get the help that they need because they're so scared and because of peer pressure. They're like, oh, you'll be seen as weak if you do this, or oh, you'll be seen as this or that. It's so hard for a student to go out of their comfort zone to do that. And I mean, it's not just students, it's everyone, really, if you think about it on a wider scale.
Yeah.
But in students, especially because they've got so much on their plate, especially college students, not saying that high school or middle school or elementary, you don't have a lot, but college students, they're dealing with a higher level of education.
And along with the fact that they're not just education, but they're learning how to be an adult.
Right.
Majority of college students aren't adults that have gone through adult life and are just coming back finally get their degree.
Right.
Some are just fresh out of high school, and college is vastly different
Yeah.
from high school. You have everything's organized.
Right.
While college, you need to be the one in charge of organization. You need to manage your time. You're responsible to going to class. Your parents can't wake you up and force you to go to class. And on my schedule, I have 2 classes that are 3 hours apart. One from 11 to 12, and then one at 4:30 to 5:30.
But I mean, try to seek, if you are struggling with burnout or motivation, try to seek help. There are people with you on campus that have dealt with, college before, and they know what it's like to struggle and have hard times both at home, in life, and at school. Thank you for joining us, guys, on the
Survival of the Student.
We'll catch you next time.
Bye-bye.